Can we just talk about the Pirates of the Caribbean movies for a moment? I mean, I'm a fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, don't get me wrong. But I mean, there's some notable problems with franchise. We don't need all of this gunk on us. Drop some of it off. We do not bring the bed with us. That's a problem waiting to happen. Probably not going to get a bow, but I guess it is possible. Bring all of our food, bring the extra apple, alright. Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I mean, I'm a big fan of the earlier ones, and like most people, I agree that they fell off. Uh, and the best Pirates of the Caribbean movie is, of course, we will all disagree. Uh, I will say second. Well, this is certainly a different start than last time. No bow, of course, which would be extremely useful at this moment. Um, but the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Masterpiece. I'm gonna just press escape, talk while it loads all the frames. Well, I guess you can't do that, huh? It's a masterpiece. It's, I mean, the CGI on the skeleton's a little goofy, but it's a much older movie, and I mean, it does superbly well. It tells a very fun story. It has drama building up, a great amount of action. And it's got all the fun that the Pirates of the Caribbean movies want. Now, there are other problems. Blazes only shoot after being on fire for a certain amount of time. No blaze rods, unfortunate. Oh, here's a blaze. Couple. I do not like this angle they've got me cornered in. This is the way they intended this to be done. Alright. I'm using leaves to cordon off blaze. But the movie is fantastic. It tells a fun story while not compromising on certain points of it. And I mean, it's a lot of fun. You get all the goofiness of Jack Sparrow. You get, I don't know the safe way of actually doing this. You get the goofiness of Jack Sparrow. You get the great villain that is Hector Barbosa. Well, and there's the melee attack. You listened to me when I was in the Nether before. You know, I talked about the melee attack of the blaze. One blaze rod. We're finally getting somewhere. You fool. You cornered yourself. There's two. Technically enough to brew potions. Let's grab a couple more. There's a lot of goons. I'm of course doing this in the way the gods intended, fast and loose, playing with fire. Probably cover up these top spots. Hey there, buddy. Fancy meeting you here. Oh, those leaves are gonna burn away. But it's a great movie. I thoroughly enjoy Pirates of the Caribbean 1. And I'm sorry I'm getting distracted. I'm trying to concentrate while telling a story about Pirates of the Caribbean 1. Great movie. Great movie. Pirates of the Caribbean 2, I like better though. So let's talk about Pirates of the Caribbean 1 first. Pirates of the Caribbean 1 tells the story of Jack Sparrow, Elizabeth Swann, and Will Turner, right? And the whole plot of the movie. Spoilers for the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. The main conflict is that Elizabeth Swann uses Will Turner's name, and Will Turner, or uses the last name Turner. And Will Turner doesn't know this, but he's actually the son of one Bootstrap Bill Turner, who is a pirate. Oh, that's unfortunate. I've got no way of stopping that. You know what? Maybe we shouldn't push our luck. Got 4. One of those is this. This is fuel. It's a good amount of fuel. Start us off. I'm sure there's probably a safer way of handling that entire situation that didn't leave me destitute at half HP. You know, we'll get some gold. We'll fix that up. But Will Turner... So a bunch of pirates mutinied against Jack Sparrow, and they have all this cursed gold, and Jack Sparrow didn't want to take the cursed gold. That's why he was different and got mutinied against, because he was a pirate who didn't want gold. And that's a shitty captain to have. So they mutinied, and then Bootstrap Bill Turner did not want to mutiny Jack Sparrow, so they threw him overboard, canned to the bootstraps, sent him to the bottom of the ocean. Now, Will Turner happened to be the son of this pirate. And in order to... And then all the other pirates, after all this mutiny, learned about the curse of the gold. And the curse was pretty simple. And it sucked. He became an undead. Sort of immortal, but at the same time you have the consequence of being unable to eat and stuff, which, you know, kinda sucks. That's a blaze spawner right there. There's gotta be an inside. There's an inside right over there. If I try going in that direction, I'm fucking dead, man. Suffocate this lava flow. Let's go up there. And they need the Turner blood in order to... Oh, shit, they can spawn naturally, that's right. They need the Turner blood on one of the coins when they return all the coins to actually free themselves of the curse. Did I just drop one down there? I don't see it. And so that they're all like, alright, yeah, we need to... Skeleton? We need to get the blood of a Turner. And they hear that he's got... Well, there's the bow that I needed. Thank you very much. 7 arrows. Sound of a skeleton's terrifying because it could be a wither skeleton. Always take corners wide. So they go to kidnap this Will Turner guy. And then while they're raiding, they find Elizabeth Swann. And she lies for some reason and says her name is actually Turner. So they kidnap her because they need Turner blood. And, well, she doesn't realize that, so she's going along with this nonsense, being dragged into it. Grab some soul sand. You're on your own, you'll be easier to kill. And she's being dragged along, but the movie itself is great because of a lot of its action sequences work very well together. And the reason for that is that the action of the movie is pirates swinging swords, skeletons v skeletons, blah blah yada yada. It's very fun. It's a great movie. And they did so much right because the story isn't complicated. Uh, mis- Basic mistaken identity plot. That's a wither skeleton. You can tell because of that sword he brandishes. Oh, I'm not coming out to you to meet you on your terms, pal. But it's an immensely fun story. And it's got tons of well-delivered lines. I hear more clattering of bones. The bones sound, I guess, heavier. He's probably looking at another wither skeleton. There he is. You have to crouch to get through there. I want to take care of these guys safely because I'm pretty sure one hit from one of these guys actually does just kill me outright right now. But it's a fun story and it's told in a fun way with lots of action sequences. And I mean, first off, pirate action movie. Already pretty good. Oh, and there's the diamonds to start this off. There's some more gold. We have enough gold nuggets for a golden apple, which I could use desperately. Beautiful start to the game, honestly. This is what we needed last time. And I can start brewing pretty soon. While I'm still in the nether, I'm just going to chomp this apple. I'm going to begin making my way up. But the movie's great, and it's a lot of fun. And if you haven't seen it, honestly, you're missing out. You should try it. And yeah, it's good because there's a bunch of different parts of this movie that make it good. You got your good old-fashioned action sequences that come from pirates swinging around, swinging swords against the British who have their muskets, but the pirates are also skeletons, and they do a great justice to, like, okay, ruthless pirate who can't die fights by being ruthless. Is that a blaze? Is that a wither skeleton I saw? There's another blaze to the right. A sneaky trick. Pretty sure. Oh, motherfucker. At least the absorption took some of that hit. Now you're gonna fire. When they fight like they have no way to die, Jack Sparrow gets to be tricky and play sort of his trickster role. And boatloads of fun to be had in the movie. The characters are all themselves without needing much effort to turn them into themselves. And it sets a really good story up. This all becomes relatively different in the second movie. In the second movie, the characters are established already. And I actually like the second movie more. And it's not for some complicated reason. It's for a relatively simple reason of I really like the CGI on the Kraken and on Davy Jones. And I mean, they stand up to modern CGI. They're probably better than most modern CGI. And they're significantly older. If you just look up, like, image Pirates of the Caribbean Davy Jones, that was CGI from back when that movie was released. So, yeah. Amazing CGI. We're going to get out of the nether. You wouldn't believe it. We've got everything we need from here to craft potions. It's 6. We've got plenty of nether wart, and we've got 6 blaze rods. We do still need glistening melons, so we do need gold. We do need... We need gold, and we need melons. So we're going to have to do some adventuring for that, but very doable. Pirates of the Caribbean 2 I like better because of those CGI moments. Liar's Dice scene was also very well done. The entire Kraken is very fun. A lot of fun to be had with that. Oh shit, now I gotta manage my inventory. There's a lot to there's a lot that happens in that movie. And there's no real best way to describe like how much is actually happening. But you've got all the different characters with their own ideals, what drives them to do what they do, and they do what they're driven to do. Not too complicated. But the fights in that movie are pretty good. One of the best fights in the entire Pirates of the Caribbean series, where Jack Sparrow, Will Turner, and ex-Commodore Norrington fight on the big wheel over who gets the key to the chest that has Davy Jones's heart. And at the same time, there's the chest and Elizabeth Swann and the 2 goon pirates that are repeating, or like tossing around 2 swords between the 3 of them as they fight the crew of Davy Jones, because Davy Jones can't join himself. And I mean, again, I'm just gonna say the words. It's a lot of fun. You know what would be convenient for our inventory troubles? A donkey. We've got saddles now. And the entire thing is very well done. And when Davy Jones appears, he's very cool looking. He's very just like awe-inspiring. And I mean, the movie itself is very fun to watch. And I love the CGI on Davy Jones. The problem it has is that it spends a lot of its time setting up what will be season 2. Or not season 2. It's a first parter. The movie is only complete when you watch the second movie. And the second movie is, in all fairness, or the second movie to this set, which is the third movie, is also very fun. I love the ending of that movie with the giant fight with Davy Jones, the ship combat, very well done, and this massive maelstrom, this torrent of water. And I mean, it's beautifully done. I keep using the word beautiful, but it is. And it's through the use of like these visually stunning effects and this movie turns out so well. And I mean, it's one of the best endings a movie can have. But the problem that lies at the heart of Pirates of the Caribbean 3 is all of like we're going to set up the world. And it is truly a problem because the world is cool. Has a lot of cool parts to its setting which are very fun. Like the Brethren Court is a fun idea. And the unbinding of Calypso. But it's just so much nitty gritty that was completely unnecessary. And the movie drags because of it. Pirates of the Caribbean 4 suffers an entirely different problem. Pirates of the Caribbean 4, I remember I rewatched it like a bit over a year ago now. And it only had about 25 minutes of action, where like a majority of that action is the ending fight, like the climactic big fight at the end. And it's just not good enough. Blackbeard, very fun. The way he controls his ship, the way people are innately scared of him, amazing. Jack Sparrow being part of the crew and doing whatever. Jack Sparrow's Jack Sparrow. Johnny Depp did a great job with Jack Sparrow. Fun statistic I heard, or not a statistic, fun fact I heard a long time ago. Apparently, when when it came time for casting Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp originally showed up with like 5 times more makeup than what he wears in like accessories than what he's actually wearing in the movie. They stripped off a majority of it, like 80%. I'm not sure how true that statistic is, but it's just kind of funny. Think about how much makeup you really had to wear in order for what Jack Sparrow wears in the movie to be 20% of the original. This is just, I mean, it's funny. But suffocating and taking damage on my mount, some things will never change. I can't jump that. I'm gonna take damage, yeah. And where was I? Okay, Donkey, this isn't gonna work. I'm going to literally die from suffocation if I keep riding you. I'm sorry. Taking the saddle as well. We have to go our separate ways. But it's just not as good. There's no action in it. The comedy isn't good enough. I mean, there's some really good comedic moments that allow, like, a lot of the just Pirates of the Caribbean moment. Right, I have Frostwalker. Neat. There's a lot of moments that are very fun, but it's not enough. I'm glad I didn't try to jump into the river because I think I would have taken fall damage and died. It's not enough because they spend so much time trying to build up these immense characters, and then the Fountain of Youth moment at the end, it is a good storytelling. That I will give it. Very good storytelling. But it lacks in so many other aspects that it's sort of depressingly lackluster. And then movie 5 suffers from a different problem. They try to go over top with the CGI, and I mean, it's decent. It's a little much. But they really go over the top into the storytelling, and the storytelling is garbage. So the story of 5, for those of you who gave up earlier, which is a good thing, Jack Sparrow is desperate for rum, so he trades his compass for a bottle of rum. And apparently, his compass holds back a great curse for these Spanish pirates he cornered, Salazar's crew, that he had cornered in a cave, who died because Jack Sparrow outwitted them with his faster, more maneuverable ship. And now that he's traded his compass, they're back. There's no, I don't remember the reasoning for that. It's just they're back. And so, well, guess what? They're back. They're now chasing down Jack Sparrow. They're hunting him across the seas. And Jack Sparrow is, oh, I need to save myself from these pirates who will kill me, as usual. He's like, but the only way to get rid of this problem is to remove the curse that is binding me. And, of course, you are thinking it. Spanish pirates, a curse on the seas? Poseidon's trident. It has the power to remove all of the sea's curses. All of them. Every single one of them. And so that's what Jack Sparrow does. He rushes to the trident. And Salazar's like, you know what? If we're going for the trident, it'll make me the most powerful pirate on the seas. So I'm going to use it. So, holy shit, that cave goes. So he's, all for it. Salazar's just, now they're in a race and they go together. And it's all this storytelling to get the trident of Poseidon. And then with it, I mean, to be fair, the area where the trident is stunning. It is very well done, beautiful by whoever set up, whether it's CGI or some set design. I don't know. Amazing. That being said, it the rest of the movie suffers immensely. So they they then get the trident to free him of all the curses. And then there's like, oh, but it was just a dream sequence going back to in the post credits. They're like, it was actually all of it since Davy Jones's death was all just a dream. And you're like, oh shit. Or was it? And then they see the barnacles on the ground because Will Turner is now free, but Davy Jones is back, and they never did anything with it because I believe that's when Johnny Depp went to trial, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, Johnny Depp, but we cannot hire you anymore because you're clearly a terrible person." Then he won the trial because, I mean, there's a documentary, there's a short docu series on Netflix. It's a decent one. There's actually Twitch streamers in it, which is funny. Um, but they're talking about how media affected the case and all that, blah blah yada yada. It's a decent enough watch. It's no Fire Island, the greatest party that never was. That was a documentary, but you can see the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. I think it might just be called Depp v Heard or something like that. It's a good docu series if you want to know what happened. If you weren't up to date when it was being released. We need a jungle, by the way, if you're curious why I'm just running around like a madman. In fact, I could use any gold, but I don't have an apple. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that gold. I simply just can't afford to take too much more. Actually, you know what? That's a lie. I can afford to take exactly 2 more hearts of damage. So I'm very healthy. I didn't pick up glowstone. I'm a fool. Oh, that actually is like a huge problem because now I can't make instant health 2s. It'll just end up making my potions less efficient, gold-wise. That's unfortunate. I mean, I'll still be able to brew like 6 hearts at a time, but no health 2s. That's dangerous. I mean, that's unfortunate. It's not dangerous. But you know, it's a documentary series. They never ended up doing anything more with the. Actually, there's a few different things I could do now with potions. No, I'll worry about that after I get health. Which I know that the movies were getting worse and worse. But I mean, I was still having fun with them. I did see that gold, but do I want to use my water breathing potion on 3 gold? What is it to make? This is where I was earlier. I have gone back to spawn. I thought it looked slightly familiar. Anyways, I'm just going to start sailing in a direction. I need a drown to not spawn with a trident and kill me. Because I think a trident could actually do 2.5 hearts to me in full iron. I don't even know if it needs to be enchanted to do that. I would have loved to see what they were doing. And I mean, Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow was always fun. Even if the movies were bad, Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow was fun. And so I would have loved if they would have had more. I doubt anything's going to happen with that. And even if they make another Pirates of the Caribbean movie, as I literally just said, Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow made it fun. So it's not going to be something without him. Drown just spawn, huh? So to coalesce my thoughts, Pirates of the Caribbean 1, very good movie, very fun, great watch. You should watch it. Pirates of the Caribbean 2, even better, very fun. I love the Kraken. Gotta be one of my favorite giant creatures. I'm a big fan of like Eldritch, and I'm a very big fan of like pirate and sea based things. So, like, big tentacle sea monster, absolutely. I love the Leviathan. I love the Kraken, all of that stuff. Very cool, very fun. Uh, Pirates of the Caribbean 3, not a masterpiece, suffers a few problems, but overall, fun watch, completes the second movie out if you can avoid all the politics and world building. Um, what else is there? We got I think I did this entire round. I'm just gonna follow this coastline. Pirates of the Caribbean 3 has great ending, has some good moments. I mean, is it worth a watch? I guess. If you enjoy the first and second movies, you get the characters somewhat. Fourth movie, you're wasting your time, probably. If you want to see it, I mean, it's your prerogative, but it's not good enough. Then the fifth movie is just even worse. What can I say? And that's my opinion on the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Well, I also ventured to the Nether. I got myself all the supplies for brewing. Wasn't even close on HP. I mean, honestly. And now I just adventure looking for a jungle or other structures or other biomes that are good for gold, like the mesa and the sand. I actually made the thumbnail for this season already. I decided that I didn't really. I liked what I did for the first season's thumbnail. So I decided I'll just use the same exact template, just remove the background, change it with another one. There's not really much of a distinction between season 1 and 2, but that's the titles are for. The titles should end up being informative and explaining that it's season 2. Also, the fact that it's episode 1 again in the middle. I'm just gonna hope it's understood. I think lots are drowned, so I'm actually scared to go into that shipwreck. Because if a drown catches me, it's game over. But we've been spending some time in the water after we got out of hell. But pirates are fun. Pirates of the Caribbean are fun. Sea of Thieves. Johnny Depp isn't Jack Sparrow and that solo stuff, but I enjoy Sea of Thieves. You'll probably never see content of it. I can't say never. Never is a long time. No time soon are you going to see content for that. No time soon are you going to see content from me because I'm going to make daily content, hopefully. But I can't actually promise much of anything. You got to realize that I am currently, as recording this video, I have 0 videos up on YouTube. You might be thinking, but you're on season 2 already. Yeah, but I'm like getting a lot of videos set beforehand. So that way, because I'm going to college, I'm going back to college. I'm not going to college for the first time. I'm going back to college. And I might not have as much time. Hopefully, I'll still have enough free time to record videos. Usually, I do, but I'm gonna have some pretty advanced classes, so might affect my ability to record sometimes. Might have a busier week here or there, but I want a bit of a backlog just in case. And I want a backlog of rendered videos, not just of videos that were recorded. So, it's not a perfect system. I'm new to this. My mic should be an indication. Actually, the biggest indication, and I'm recording this, I got nobody watching my videos. I might got like a couple of friends watch it, but like no strangers. If a video does end up popping off one day, hallelujah. My mic's shit. It's just my headset mic. I'm not investing in a mic immediately when I've got no knowledge of whether I'll be able to make consistent uploads work. So, I mean, that's just being reasonable. If I get to a point where, maybe in like a month I'm doing consistent uploads, I might invest and a better microphone, one that can handle the S sounds and the P sounds better. And I mean, I would probably invest in something pretty high end because the way I view it is that if I'm going to invest in something, I should do something that has a pretty large leap forward. Because if I only invest in, let's say, like $100 mic, it'll be much better than this one probably once set up. But then I'm gonna have to eventually invest in something better than that, and that mic that I get that'll be better than the $100 one will be like $250. And what's better than the $250 mic? Oh, that's the $400 mic. And now all of a sudden I've done $750 worth of mic upgrades. While if I just go for like the heavy duty in like a couple months, I'm like, oh, I've been uploading consistently. I want to upload consistently more. Let's increase the audio quality, and I get that $400 mic. You know, that's a huge amount of money to spend on a microphone. But I'm not spending 100, then 250, then 400. I'm just spending the 400, and it'll be a huge boost in my mic quality. But again, it's not worth getting just to talk with my friends, because my friends accept the mic I have, and they don't need much more than that. So the better mic will only be if I get to the point where, I'm actually using it enough to warrant an upgrade. And I did some research on mics. Those things are complicated. But this seems like a good point to end the episode. We're going to continue exploring the seas. We're looking for a jungle and for other structures. And I've been ignoring shipwrecks because I'm terrified of a drowned just punching me in the throat, grabbing me by the back of the head, drowning me, as it were. Yeah, no, I mean, the ocean's scary, man. But it's also, the ocean's scary. But I can't take fall damage in the ocean. Also, just in case I get like pulled underwater by something, because I think like if I go over a magma vent, it actually start dragging down my boat. So I'll keep this water breathing potion on me just in case I start going under, so I can save myself from drowning. But yeah, we're just looking for a jungle. Because a jungle has melons. There's a sea temple. Let's grab the coordinates. We should grab the coordinates while looking at it so that I can actually see why I got coordinates. Am I going to immediately make the mistake of going into that wreck? I don't see any drowned. Alright. This wasn't worth it. This wasn't worth it. Get to the surface before I start drowning. That was not worth it. And that was the good chest. No, it wasn't. The good chest. There's still the buried treasure. No, it's all under gravel. I'm not dealing with this. It's not worth the risk. Unnecessary risk. I could just drink the water breathing potion, potentially get gold enough for an apple. Break the entry, get an apple, heal a little bit out of the danger zone. Who can be bothered? Only 2 diamonds, right? Yep. Maybe get a 3rd diamond, enough to mine obsidian, make a portal, quickly hop in, break some glowstone. Technically, I don't need to go to the nether. If I just find a witch, I can get some glowstone. It's a terrible idea. Yeah, but I think we've reached a pretty good point to end the episode, which I think I already said. We'll continue the adventure in the next episode. Oh, I was talking about this thumbnail. Anyways, I made a new thumbnail. It looks very similar to the previous one. I don't care if people get confused. Nobody's watching these videos right now anyways. But make them all with the dreams of improving so one day somebody will watch them. That's the dream. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. For me, it'll be no time at all. For you, I guess tomorrow. Or no, again, nobody's watching these videos. For you, it'll just be the next one as well. No time at all. Next one in the playlist. Watch this.